All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Maths with Gastin. I am Gastin Mapala, right here at Maths with Gastin. Today, we are continuing with our series where we're looking at past papers of November from 2022, 2021, and 2020. Right now, we are here at 2020. We are looking at question 2, sequence and series, grade 12. Look at the question there. 2.1 is given by 7x and y and minus 11. They told us it's in arithmetic sequence. We need to determine x and y, and also they give us a quadratic number pattern, and we have to answer 4 questions thereof, and then also do the sum on the last 2 questions. Okay, so now let's go ahead, and I'm gonna break it down and separate this question, but the total marks on this question is 17. So therefore we are estimating that we would spend 17 minutes also. All right, okay, great stuff. So let's go ahead, let's have a look at question 2.1. We are given the sequence there. It's let me just write it down here. It's 7x, y, and also minus 11. Therefore this is t1, t2, this is t3, then that is t4 as well. Okay, great. So therefore now they said we need to find the value of x and y. Okay, we have got t1 there, and we would know that the general formula of arithmetic sequence is given by tn. It's equals to you can have a look at this one on your formula sheet, guys. Is there on your formula sheet? Is given by d, where this one refers to the first term. Okay, and also you can have check our video on a sequencing series that explains this concept and what you need to know. And then d, it stands for the difference. D stands for the difference between the terms. Okay, great stuff. So now we have got t1, so let's substitute into this formula here. T1 is equals to, okay, then a refers to the first term, which is 7. Okay, and then therefore you're gonna have plus 1 minus 1. It's equals to actually d. We don't know what is d here. Okay, therefore t1, 7, is going to give us 7 plus 0 times d. Therefore t1 is just equals to 7. Actually, this was not necessary to do. Now that I look at it, oh guys, maths, yeah, it's giving Zimbabwe. All right, never mind. Okay, now let's come here and say, okay, no, we have got t1. Now let's come here and say, okay, no, this one is t4. Okay, let's come here and have a look at t4. T4 would be equals to a plus, we know that n is equals to 4. I'm going to put n minus 4 minus 1 d. Okay, so we know what is a is give you 7, and then we know what is t4. T4 is minus 11 as given there by the sequence, plus 3. Therefore we don't know what is d, so this is going to help us to calculate d. Okay, all right, therefore we're gonna take 7, jump the equal sign, is gonna be minus 11 minus 7 is equals to 3d. Okay, this is going to give you minus 18 here. Therefore it's equal to 3d. Then we need to divide both sides by 3 because we are looking for d. All right, therefore divide both sides by 3. This should give us minus 18 divided by 3. Let's check on our calculator there. This is going to give us minus 6. Okay, so we have got minus 6 there as our answer. So therefore if the difference between these two terms is minus 6, so therefore we can come here into our original equation, said, okay, if we're looking for t2 is going to be equals to a, okay, because x is t2. All right, okay, so we're looking for plus n will be 2 minus 1, and then d, we know what is d. D, it's minus 6. Okay, in brackets. So let's substitute here. T2 in this is given by x is equals to 7 Okay, when we do the algebra here, 2 minus 1 is going to give us 1, and therefore 1 times minus 6 is going to be minus 6. Therefore, x should be equal to 1. Okay, great stuff. So you should be able to get your marks there. Then now let's come here. Y is T3. So we're going to come here and say, okay, T3 is going to be equal to A plus N would be 3, 3 minus 1, and then D would be minus 6 as we calculated it there. Therefore, we don't know what is T3. It is given by Y. And therefore, A is 7. Therefore, this will give us 2. 3 minus 1 is going to give us 2. And therefore, 2 times minus 6 should therefore give us a name minus 12, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, there you go. Therefore, this should therefore, Y would be equals to minus 5. Okay, and that's how you would deal with this question, ladies and gentlemen. You know that they're asking you to calculate x and y. Stick to the basics. You know how to apply the arithmetic equation in everything that I have done here. In everything that I have done here mathematically, I only used this general formula for arithmetic sequence. Okay. Can you see? It's just applying the basics. What is T1? T1 is given by this. You substitute in the formula, then you calculate the unknown. What is T4? T4 is minus 11. I know what is A, and then I don't know D. Then I calculate D. Therefore, I substitute. Let me look for T2. Just like that. Stick to the basics. You shouldn't have any problem. So, okay. With that said, let's move now. Let's go to question number 2.2. Right. 2.2, it says a given quadratic pattern. Okay, we understand this is a quadratic pattern. In a quadratic pattern, you would remember that therefore we are going to look for something like this that is going to give us the second difference. Okay, and therefore we should have the original term given there. Okay, all right, okay. And therefore 2.2.1 said determine the general term of the pattern in the form of Tn is equals to A n squared plus B n plus C. Right, great stuff. Okay, let me bring it down here just so that it's easy to deal with. 6 2 3 2 6 2 7 and 6 0. Okay, now let's come here. Then we need to say minus 6 minus 3. It's going to give us 9. Minus 27 minus 6. This is going to give us 21. Therefore, you also have 60 minus 23 is going to give us 33. Okay, then you go ahead again and then you say 21 minus 9 is going to give us 12. Therefore, 33 minus 21, this one should give us 12 as well. And we would know, but this part, guys, that I'm about to explain now is not there in the formula sheet. So please, 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 guys, please take note of this one. It's not there on the formula sheet. So I advise that you deal with it as such. Okay, right. So therefore, we know that the general formula says 2a. Okay, the general formula said 2a should be equals to this difference. Then when we go up and it says 3a plus b should be equals to this term here, the first term that is there. And therefore, lastly, we know that A plus B plus C should give us that term that is there. Please, guys, know these parts that I just wrote here on the far left. Okay, I hope it's visible on your screen. If it's not, you will see how we're going to deal with it. So therefore, we're saying the formula says that we need to apply this, but it's not on the formula sheet, guys. So you need to have this in mind. Even if it means when you get into exam, you write it first thing on the question paper, it will really assist you a lot. Okay, so 2a is equals to 12. Therefore, in order for us to get the value of a, we need to divide by 2 on both sides. Therefore, a is equals to 6. Okay, and then therefore we come this side and then we say, all right, 3a plus b is equals to 9. We already know the value of a here. The value of a is equals to 6. We don't know the value of b. We are looking for it now. Therefore, With this, you should be able to get the value of a 9 minus 3 times 6. Therefore, if you punch that on your calculator, you should be able to get the value of minus 9. All right. Okay, and then we know that from that formula again, a plus b plus c should be able to give you minus 3. We already know the value of a, it's 6, plus we already know the value of b, it's minus 9. We don't know the value of c, but it's equals to minus 3. Therefore, when you substitute here all together, this side you should be left 6 minus 9 is going to be minus 3 plus c is equals to minus 3 that side. Okay, and then you take 3 to that side. Therefore, c should be equals to minus 3 plus 3, which is ultimately equals to 0. Okay, right. So with that said, now we're going to come here in our formula here, and then we're going to substitute. They say Tn is equals to an squared plus bn plus c. Therefore, we know what is the value of a. In this case, the value of a is 6. This is going to be 6n squared plus, okay, rather it's going to be minus because b is a minus. We're going to be minus 9. And not even going to bother to write c because c is equal to 0. Okay, now that was 2.2 2.1 guys. Okay, now let's do, let me just put a line there. Now let's do 2.2.2. Right, what is it saying? It said calculate the value of the 50th term. Okay, so we know that our general formula is given by Tn, it's equals to 6n squared minus 9 squared. Okay, so T50, which is what they're asking us, 6, we just come and substitute term number 50 there, because that's what the question is asking us to do. After this is only 2 marks, guys. There's no need for you to bother yourself. You just punch this in your calculator. You should be able to get an answer. Let me see. Punch my calculator here. You go gonna get 14550. Okay, and that's how you would deal with these 2 questions, guys. If you've got any questions, please make sure that you leave them on the comment section below. We are busy with paper 1, November 2022, question 2 on our continuous series with we're doing all the question 2s from 2022, 2021 and 2020. Okay, so we are continue with this series until we finish all the past papers. So please make sure that you stay tuned right here at Maths with Gaston, because come up next week or before the end of this week we'll be doing question 3. Right. Okay, now let's move down and go to the next question. Next question is said, show that the sum of the first and difference of this pattern can be given as. Oh, so now they are really asking us to calculate the sum here. Okay, okay, let's come here and say we really need to calculate the sum of this pattern here. Right. Okay, we know that from the pattern, okay, please just hold on, guys, just a sec. Okay, they are saying show that the sum of the first and first difference. Okay, so what we did previously there, what this question is asking us, let me just go back here just to illustrate it. This question is asking us, this is the first difference. This column here is the first difference. So we add, okay, so be careful, guys. The question is asking you to use the first difference as a new pattern. Okay, show that the sum of the first and first difference of this pattern. Okay, so the first difference of this pattern, okay, let's do this. The first difference of this pattern, it is given by 9, 21 and also 33 as well. Okay, so they are saying we must look for this. Okay, so if what they are saying we must look for this, therefore a in this case would be 9. Okay, and then the difference we already know, we sorted it out. That's why the difference is 12. Okay, so now they're asking us to calculate this the general formula of the sum. Okay, general formula of the sum we know that if the sum of an arithmetic sequence is given by Sn n over 2 square bracket 2a plus n minus 1 d close bracket. Okay, so now we don't need to substitute n because we're looking for the nth term here, sum general formula. Okay, 2 and then a, we know what is a, it's 9. We're just substituting plus n minus 1 as it is, and therefore we need to put our difference there, which is 12, then close bracket. Therefore, if you do the algebra here, removing the bracket, you guys are in grade 12 now, you should be able to deal with this. 12 and mine, yeah, sorry. Okay, there you go. It's n, okay, therefore minus 12 there, close bracket. Okay, and then with that 18 minus 12 is going to be 6. Okay, 18 minus 12 should give us 6 there. Then you're going to have 12n plus 6, right? Therefore we do binomial multiply throughout here. Therefore this should give us n times n should be n squared, and then 12 divided by 2 should give us 6, and then therefore 6 times n is going to give us 6n, and then 6 divided by 2 is going to give us 3. Okay, and then that's how you would deal with this question. There is your general formula. Therefore we got this one correct. We should be able to get 3 full marks there as well. Okay, great stuff. Okay, so now let's move to 2.2.4. It said that show how many consecutive first difference were added to the first term. Okay, first difference, how many were added to the first term of the quadratic number pattern to obtain a term in the quadratic pattern that has a value of. Okay, to obtain this term, we don't know which term the term number here, so they're asking us how many number of terms were added to the first term in order to get this 21060. Okay, so it means we just have to come here and say, okay, we already know the general formula of our of that we're using for this quadratic. It's Tn is equal to 6n squared as calculated previously minus 9. Okay, excuse me, minus 9n. Okay, so we know what is gonna be Tn is this number here, that, and then 6n minus 9n. So 6n, then we take the 21060 the other side, so it's going to give us minus 21060 is equal to 0. Therefore we need to we can divide everything by 3. Okay, let's divide everything by 3 to simplify this equation. If we divide everything by 3, we're going to be left with 2n squared minus 3n minus 720 is equal to 0. Okay, great stuff. So now we need to solve this equation right here, guys. I'm not gonna do it here, but you can go ahead and use the quadratic equation. You all remember the quadratic equation is there on your formula sheet, is given by n minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so because you guys are already in grade 12, I only show this to grade 10 learners, but please, if you do this properly, you should be able to reach a value where n is equals to what did I get? Let me check, 60, and then you're going to say therefore 59 terms have to be added to the first term. Okay, 59 terms has to be added to the first term. All right. Great stuff. And that's how you would deal with a question like this one. Guys, please make sure that you stay tuned to Maths with Gaston as we are busy with past papers. This will also assist you with the revision. I know most learners who are in fourth term now and you have not done this, but please stay tuned and we will continue to assist you and make sure that you are prepared to get those distinctions. I am Gaston Mapala. See you on the next upload.